Following Volpe's views is a paid political program and is not endorsed by the station, management, or staff.
The issue of voter identification has been a hot-button topic in the country the past several weeks, as a number of states, including Georgia, have passed laws to require voters to have ID in order to vote. Of course, this was met with the banshee howl from the far left wing of the Democratic Party, including President Joe Biden, that likened the development to the Jim Crow laws that segregated the South after Reconstruction and well into the 20th century. This is an outrage, and I'm not talking about the voter ID laws. I'm talking about the racist and pejorative far left and our president. Every African American and all people of color in this country should be outraged by the implicit suggestion by the Democrats that they are not capable or sophisticated enough to fill out a basic ID card, the same type of IDs that are required to buy alcohol, open a checking account, rent a car, check into a hotel room, or get on an airplane. Thankfully, 8 African American United States congressmen stood up last week and said exactly that. The congressmen were all members of the United States House of Representatives and included Burgess Owens, Robert Woodson, Jennifer Carroll, Ken Blackwell, Raynard Jackson, George Farrell, James Wright, and Michael Murphy. I will now be quoting exactly their excerpts which appeared in their op-ed column. Begin quotes. America is a country of over 300 million people. We are comprised of every shape, size, nationality, and opinion. This diversity has proven to be one of our greatest strengths. According to liberal orthodoxy, all blacks think alike, and that all blacks oppose voter ID. To the contrary, a recent Rasmussen Report poll found that 69% of blacks and 82% of non-white minorities support voter ID. Blacks know the value of the right to vote. We struggled to win that right in a country that for too long treated us as second-class citizens. We shed our blood so we could partake in American elections just like every other American citizen. Why then do opportunistic activists like Stacey Abrams pretend the entire black community stands behind them and the radical Democratic Party? Why do they pretend that black people are either opposed to voter ID or, even more offensively, that blacks are incapable of obtaining IDs? The answer is, in part, because the elites, most of whom are white, have enabled them. These elites are totally oblivious to real black leaders, such as civil rights legend Richard Finley, younger leaders like Wall Street wizard John Burnett, National Black Chamber of Commerce founders Harry and Kay Alford, and football legend Herschel Walker. If corporate America wants to be truly woke, they must wake up to the fact that activists like Stacey Abrams absolutely do not represent the black community. They represent the interests of white elites. To add insult to this patronizing injury, if every other ethnicity is required to show an ID to vote, why is the black race considered incapable of doing so? This notion is absolutely insulting. End quote. I couldn't have said it better myself.